This is a new campaign. So all species need a place to call home. A donation will support the ongoing protection of habitats and biodiversity in this place that we call home. Today I intend to talk about the beauty of the importance of a home. For me, a home is where I want my children to grow. And the purpose of this newsletter is to help to provide animals, fauna and flora, a home for them to thrive in. So apparently a $15 donation will help to revegetate bush properties and provide habitat for native species. $25 will provide crucial equipment to monitor population numbers of species on reserves, and $50 can help support feral animal control in reserves. So it all goes towards projects where you get to provide sustainable habitats and to help little animals like the gliding possum, the sugar glider, and the black cockatoo, the cockatoos which are endangered usually. So it's very heartening to know that if you build it, they will come. The idea that by restoring native vegetation, we can provide real strong habitats, healthy homes for animals to return to. And then there's no place like home thing on this pamphlet where there's bird flying, and then just more campaigning for the restoration of bushfire affected areas, which is an annual thing that affects all farmers, people who live in country, and the natural bush. So I actually used to live in a bush affected region. Literally animals just catching fire. So what I did was built a 1 meter wide, kind of like an ornamental pool, like a pond, but like a lake around your house. So it's sort of like a moat, and there was a bridge that you needed to use to cross it. And literally, like when the bushfires struck, animals would dart in from the bush, just like this, smoke and fire and haze everywhere. And they would literally like dive into that water. And of course, some who missed the water would possibly make everything across the bridge catch on fire. But I even sort of painted flame resistance on the trees to help resist fires, not to abolish them. I mean, the trees could still catch on fire above, a couple of meters. So that sort of helps too. And then I also built this huge wall of dirt. This was the lowest point where I knew that there was a bushfire coming, so I built a huge wall of dirt. And despite the fact that that kind of works to deter fires, it's probably not recommended. I mean, it's a huge pile of dirt, and literally people will be like, oh, how dare you build a huge pile of dirt, to try and ward off bushfires from affecting your house. So that was in a real bushfire zone, and I tried my best, but to no avail. I ended up having to move from the area, and my whole idea of a home was, I don't know, I might have sold it, but it might have just been abolished and everything turned back into natural bush. I don't know. So that was my experience with living in the bush like ages and ages ago, when I was trying to find like a $15,000 land to put a nice cheap wooden house on top of $30,000 house. So, so there you go. That's a few ideas. If you live in the country, build a really like a 1 to 2 meter wide moat around your house, and you'll see animals literally, they catch on fire. They dart in from the forest and they dive into that water usually. Some don't, some miss it and catch everything on fire, and you're like, oh, but many do, and it kind of helps them, but then you realize they're really burnt, and a lot of people take out their guns and be like, oh, it's beyond saving. But I if that had worked out a little better, I would have kind of felt proud. So I don't know, maybe you need to build a dirt wall or something. Maybe that would help to deter fire. Nice thick wall made out of some sort of dirt which fire can't get over or something, or brick. I don't know how resistant brick is, but I guess you could put fire resistance on the brick if you built a wall. So I don't know, but I was really interested in the area. I wanted to save all the little animals, and then everyone scolded me, how dare you save animals? Some of them are half burned, and they're in more pain than as if they had died. And I was like, well, I'm not going to say sorry. I'm really keen on helping save the animals. So I don't know, maybe I should be sorry, but I think, if you put enough, I don't know, you can still save a scorched animal, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. That's my experience living really like in a mountainous country area, which annually gets set on fire every year. So